What's good, everybody? It's your boy Strack Reacts, back with another reaction video. I hope you all are doing well. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn all post notifications on. Today we got cricket explained for baseball fans. Boy, oh boy, it's about time. I needed this explanation. Thank you for everybody who spammed my comment section with all these recommendations. This was highly suggested. Before we get right into this video, feel free to check out my membership now in the community tab. Now let's get right into the video.
Cricket explained if you already know baseball.
Alright,
Okay.
to get this started, I want you to imagine a game much like baseball, except there are only two bases, and they're basically where home plate.
Now wait. I'm pausing there now because y'all was in the comments. Some people was in the comments trying to get on me, talk about, oh, you don't know nothing about this, you don't know. So guess what? I did a little research. Now guess what? Before we even get into this, I'm gonna explain a little bit. I can't get the terms right in my head. I'm still stuck on baseball terms. Now I understand there's no strikeouts. So when they pitching, they bouncing it. But the pitcher, he's not a pitcher. But again, I don't know the proper terms. I'm still learning those. The pitcher's gonna bounce it at the ground, and he's trying to basically hit the sticks that's behind the hitter. And the hitter's trying to protect the sticks behind him from getting hit. But he can't use his body. You cannot use your body as protection because they will call you out for that. So you gotta protect it either with you gotta protect it with the bat. There is no either or. You gotta protect it with the bat. And then there's like, it's gonna be you and somebody else over there. So when you hit the ball around the field, it's 11 players on each team. You hit the it's a hard ball. You hit it anywhere around the field. You know, stay with me now. I'm trying to get it all. I'm trying to get it all together. Basically, if nobody catches it, then you and that other runner, that other hitter that's at the mount with you, you run back and forth on the plate. It's from the hitter's mount to the pitcher's mount, back and forth, and that's going to count as 1 point, another point, until the ball comes back. And you just keep doing that. I'm still learning a little bit more about it. I may be a little rusty on it, but I just want to give a little explanation before we get into depth, because if I explain it after, then they're going to be like, what the hell, you just watched the video. I just want, we'll do a little research, Let me have my moment.
And where the pitcher's mound is. To score a run in this game, you simply have to reach the next base. So if you put the ball in play and you make it to the pitcher's mound, that's a run. And then if you're able to make it back to home plate, then you score 2 runs on that play. This game is played in the middle of an oval, so there's no foul area. You can hit the ball behind you, you can hit it to the side or whatever. And in this game, the pitchers are allowed to bounce the ball. If you can picture this game in your mind, you are 75% of the way to understanding cricket. The rest of it is details.
Oh goodness, you have no idea.
Before we get started, I just want to say that I'm going to be explaining this like I would to a friend of mine who knows baseball and wants to know about cricket. I'm probably going to be switching between baseball and cricket terminology a little bit more freely than maybe somebody who's a hardcore cricket fan might be comfortable with. Feel free to correct me in the comments, but what might be more fun is if you made a companion video that explains baseball in reverse. All right, let's get started.
Basic gameplay.
So cricket is a game played between two teams of 11 players.
He said that,
when a team is fielding, all 11 of its players are on the field at the same time. 9 players are out in the field at the various positions, and then there's one bowler, who is basically the pitcher, and one wicketkeeper, who is basically the catcher. And then the team that is batting has 2 players at bat at any given time. These batters stand at opposite ends of the pitch, which is a narrow rectangle that's in the middle of the oval that is the cricket field. At the ends of the pitch are 2 wickets, which are these little structures that have 3 stumps and 2 bails. The stumps are the 3 pieces of wood that are in the ground, and the bails are these 2 little pieces of wood that rest on top of the stumps.
Okay.
A play begins when the bowler, which is basically the pitcher, bowls the ball to the batter. The bowler is ultimately trying to break the wicket, which would get the batter out, and more on that later. The batter is trying to protect the wicket and put the ball in play. If the ball is put in play and the batter and the teammate are able to switch places, so basically assume the other one's position, the team has scored a run. And if they can do that again, then they score 2, and if they can do that again, they score 3, etc.
Right.
There are no strikes in cricket. The batter can just choose not to swing if they don't want to. And there's no penalty for hitting a batter with a legally thrown ball. Batters are expected to protect the wicket and not let themselves get hit. In fact, as we'll see in a little bit, there are actually situations where a batter can be called out if they allow themselves to be hit with the ball.
You got to protect the wicket and you got to protect yourself. Definitely more skillful than baseball. Let me tell you something. You better hit that ball when it's coming towards you. Look, man, baseball, you can move out the way. If you get hit, you get to do little hops over to the next base. Man, you ain't getting no little handicap. No handicap plays over here. You got to get it how you live.
There is the equivalent of a ball in cricket. It's called a wide. And if the umpire has determined that the bowler has bowled the ball wide, 1 run is awarded to the batting team.
Okay.
There's also something in cricket called a no ball, which is when the umpire has determined that the ball has been delivered illegally. And there's a couple dozen different reasons why an umpire might call a no ball. If the umpire calls a no ball, just like a wide, 1 run is awarded to the batting team.
Okay.
In cricket, the batters stay on the field until they are out. So they continue to bat and score runs until they are put out. This means that, just like in baseball, a batter can be out with 1 single swing of the bat, or they can stay at bat, I guess forever. But it's common for a batter to score between like 20 and 50 runs in an at-bat, and it's not unheard of for a batter to hit 100. This is called a century, and it's very fun.
Yeah, I like that.
Along the perimeter of the cricket
playing,
field
like-
is the boundary. This can be a rope or a little cushion type thing, or it could be a short fence or a wall. When a ball is put in play and it reaches or goes past the boundary, that is called a boundary. A ball that rolls and hits or passes the boundary or bounces over the boundary like a ground rule double is worth 4 runs for the batting team. A ball that is hit over the boundary, so basically like a home run, is worth 6 runs for the batting team.
Now, I could tell that ball is hard by the way it was rolling up against the barriers, and it wasn't really just, flinging up over it. It was more so just hitting up against it and dropping straight back down. And then if it goes up into the stands, oh boy, I feel bad for those people. Ooh. You gonna be walking out with a knot if you ain't paying attention. Ooh, you better be paying attention when you go to cricket, and you better have a glove. You ain't one of the players. Bring a glove. Bring a glove.
Outs.
There are several ways that
Now
a
that's
batter
lit. I'm
or
going
runner
without a
can get
glove.
put out in cricket, and they boil down to 2 basic categories. A batter can be caught out, which is just like baseball. They hit a ball in the air and a fielder catches it. Or they can be out if the fielding team knocks the bails off the stumps of the wicket when you are in a position where that could put you out.
Oh, that's
There's
lit.
a few different ways this could happen. You could be run out. This is where you are trying to score a run, but they knock the ball into the wicket before you reach the crease that defines the place where you are safe. By the way, the bat is part of your body
why we
when
ain't played
determining
this in
whether or
high
not you are
school?
safe. You can be bowled out, and these are very exciting. This is where the bowler sends the ball to you, and the ball bounces past you and knocks the bails off the stumps. A batter can also be put out by the wicketkeeper.
It looks so much
if the batter
fun.
moves past this line here, called the popping crease, and the wicketkeeper gains possession of the ball and knocks the bails off the stumps.
No, I didn't know that. You mean it's that ball go over there and they cross that line. As soon as they cross that line, they have nothing but opportunity, and they're not even that far from it. They have nothing but opportunity to just get you out real quick. This game is lit. This is fun. This allows people to just play continuously. Baseball, wiffle ball, softball. You sitting there just strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, you're out. That's if you don't hit it. You don't really get that much chances. Say you're not that good. Like, it's not really, baseball so slow and boring. This right here, I think I had an American in my comments say baseball was more fun to watch. Cricket was more slow and boring. Are you crazy? This right here is lit. Boy, I'm watching this over football. Cricket is now added to the list. I got to start keeping up on it. I type want to play it a little bit. Get out there on the field. We ain't got no cricket tournaments. I'm about to find me one on Facebook.
This is called being stumped out.
He is
A
stumped.
batter
Okay.
can also be called out if they allow the ball to hit them and the umpire determines that the ball would have knocked the bails off the stumps if the batter had not interfered with their body. This is called a leg before wicket. So those are the most common ways that you will see a batter or runner get put out by the fielding team. There are several other much less common ways for a batter to get out, and we will not be getting into them here. One major difference between baseball and cricket is in cricket, if the fielding team thinks that they have gotten a batter or runner out, they first have to appeal to the umpire who will confirm whether or not the batter or runner is out. So if a batter or runner would be out, but no one on the fielding team notices it, then play just continues and the umpire will not just call them out. When a player is put out, the bowling and fielding team is said to have taken the wicket and the batting and running team is said to have lost the wicket.
Overs.
Each series of 6 pitches or deliveries, which are called balls, is called an over. Each over has only one bowler, and each bowler only bowls one over at a time. So after a bowler has delivered 6 balls, they take a position in the field, and another player comes in to be the bowler for the next over. A bowler can field for an over and then come back to bowl again, but a bowler may not bowl 2 consecutive overs. If you're comparing this all to baseball, overs are similar to individual at-bats in terms of the flow of the game.
Okay.
Right? It's like one series of deliveries that everyone's watching, and then there's a brief pause while a new player comes on, and then there's a next set of deliveries that everyone's watching. The difference, of course, is that it's the bowlers, the pitchers that are coming in and out, and not the batters.
Formats.
Beyond everything that has been explained so far, the majority of the details of the game that you watch will depend on the format of cricket that you're watching. There are 2 basic formats of the game of cricket. There's first class cricket and there's limited overs cricket. First class cricket is what a lot of people think of when they think of cricket. We're talking about the games that go on for several days. Everyone is wearing white. Maybe the Queen shows up. And first class cricket is most associated with the 5-day-long test matches that international teams play against one another. Okay. They're scheduled for 5 days, but they might be completed before that.
You guys actually just told me in the comments down below, I don't remember what countries, but it's like some big tournament, I think, or championship coming up. I think it's like a big game you guys are talking about in the comments. A lot of you have been suggesting for me to watch it. Thinking about tuning into it. That'll be so lit if we was on like a live stream and we was watching these cricket games together and just like watching and reacting to videos together. What y'all think about live streams? Let me know about that in the comments, please. Oh man. Oh, we're gonna have some fun on this channel.
At the beginning of the first day, there is a coin toss to determine which team goes first. And then the sides alternate going through their entire batting order. This happens twice, so each team goes through its batting order twice for a total of 4 innings.
Okay.
Unless the team that goes second scores more runs than the team that went first, in which case they don't have to actually finish their entire innings. They just win the game. That was very simplified. The rules governing test matches could be their own 15-minute video. The other format of cricket is limited overs cricket, where each team is limited to a certain number of overs, and each innings comes to an end when the specified number of overs has been reached or when all of the batters are out, whichever comes first. There are several types of limited overs cricket, but there are 2 that you are most likely to see. The first of these are the one-day internationals, or ODI. These are played between national teams, and each team has 50 overs. And then there's also T20 cricket, which is 2020 cricket, where both teams get only 20 overs. This style of cricket was invented to be more exciting and more fast-paced, and to put the length of an individual match around the same as other common sporting events around the world. An easy way to know whether you're watching a test match or a limited overs match is whether the teams are wearing white or colors. And if you are watching a professional match, you're almost definitely watching a T20 match.
Scorekeeping.
T20,
right,
that's what it was.
attention.
You guys were telling me to watch a T20 match. Okay, I'm gonna tune into this. Can you guys let me know, please, in the comments about the live streaming too? That'll be so lit, like on the weekends or something. Like, oh
Because
yeah.
this is maybe the most confusing part of all of this, the scorekeeping. So at the bottom of the screen, you'll see it says India, and then it says 118 for 5.
Right.
This does not mean that the score is 118 runs to 5 runs. No, this means that India has scored 118 runs for 5 wickets, which means that 5 of their batters have been put out. Then it says first innings. So this is the first innings of this match. Then it says England 287. So that's how many runs England scored in their innings. And since this is a test match, both teams will play 2 innings. Then you've got information about the 2 batsmen that are currently up and how many runs they've scored so far. Then at the end, it says Broad 0 for 24. This means that Broad, the bowler, has taken 0 wickets so far and has allowed 24 runs. And then the 15 o'clock over there, that's just the time of the day. It's 3 p.m. Now, for a limited overs match, there's a little bit more information that you need to know. So here you go. Down at the bottom, it says England. This is another game between England and India. It's a women's game. So it says England 103 for 4. So that means that they've scored 103 runs for 4 wickets. P2, don't worry about what that means yet. Then it says 24.3 of 50. That means that we are 24 overs and 3 deliveries into this innings. And then the 50 means that this innings will have at most 50 overs, right? Because this is a one-day international. Then it says target 222. This means that India went first and scored 222 runs. So that's how many runs England has to score to win. And from there, it's pretty much the same as the test match we just saw. Just be careful, because if you're watching an Australian broadcast, the scores are reversed. And the wickets are first and the runs are second. So on this one, it says Ren, that's the Renegades, that's one of the teams, 5 for 135. So it's 5 wickets for 135 runs. So just be careful, it might be confusing.
Some final similarities and differences.
All right, that's basically it. I thought that we would end this video with a few more similarities and differences between baseball and cricket. One major difference is that in cricket, if a ball is in play, the runners are not compelled to move, right? You only run if you think you can make a run. Right. One similarity is that every cricket ground has different dimensions and a different shape. And much like in baseball, this means that certain cricket grounds are more favorable or less favorable to different play styles. Another difference is that in cricket, the positions refer to places on the field and not necessarily the individual fielders. So if baseball had a similar thing, like you would not be the shortstop for your team. Right. You would just be a fielder who would be playing shortstop position. And then if your team was in a shift or whatever, maybe you would be said that you were in the second base position. Or maybe for one batter, you would be in the shallow mid outfield position, right? Another similarity is that in cricket, players' on-field and off-the-field behavior is governed by an old-fashioned sense of propriety that's not unlike the unwritten rules in baseball. And the final difference that's probably become clear to you as you watch this video is that cricket is a much more international game than baseball. I don't mean to say that it is more popular in more countries than baseball, although this might also be true. What I mean by this is that international competitions, so competitions between national teams, are the norm. They're not like a special thing that everyone tunes into every 4 years. Professional cricket is a relatively new phenomenon in the world. And while leagues are becoming much more popular these days, it wasn't very long ago that professional cricket was looked upon as diluting the purity of the game. All right, baseball fan, you have just become a cricket master, and you are ready to watch any cricket game that comes across your television. If you are a cricket fan and you notice that I got something wrong, which I probably have, or that I left something out, which I probably did, feel free to let me know in the comments. Although, like I said before, it might be more fun for you to just make your own companion video. I would love to watch a video where an actual lifelong cricket fan...
Why couldn't we play this in high school? Like, this would have been so lit if we could take this to the gym. Not the gym, not enough room. Let's take this outdoors, man. Outdoors is kind of... Man, let's take this outdoors. Play this in high school. Why didn't they have a cricket team? Cricket teams in high school. Boy, we'll be lit. We would be lit. Please let me know what you thought about this video. Like, comment, subscribe, turn all post notifications on. You guys go ahead and check out Sports Explains channel. Thank you so much. We was tuning into his video today. He explained this amazingly. I got it on pack now. I did a little research, but now I really got it down. So now the next time we watch these cricket videos, I could go more into depth and understand what is going on and what you guys are talking about in the comments. Because I hate being lost. I hate being singled out and not knowing nothing. Like, you got to learn. I'm so glad I learned this. Next is rugby. We got a rugby video we about to watch next. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. Feel free to check out my membership, Strack membership. It's going to be up in the community tab. Feel free to check it out. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Stay safe.